The metallic clang echoed like a gunshot, a sickening thud that seemed to shake the earth under Emily's feet. Then, darkness thick, suffocating, swallowing her scream before it could fully escape. She was 34 weeks pregnant, her hands instinctively clutching her belly as she stumbled in the slimy, narrow shaft. Above, a sliver of gray sky taunted her, the world she'd been part of just moments ago. Then a shadow loomed, deliberate and cold. A grating scrape followed, the heavy manhole cover dragged into place. A final thud sealed her in. Silence pressed against her eardrums, heavy as the stench of decay and damp earth. Her voice, thin and trembling, broke the void. "Hello? Is anyone there? Please let me out." Only the drip, drip, drip of water answered, mocking her panic. "My name's Jake Carter, and I'm the chief of the city's sewer rescue unit." Not exactly a glamorous gig, but it's a lifeline for the hidden world beneath our streets. My team, Ryan, Mia, and a few other tough-as-nails pros handles the unthinkable. Collapsed tunnels, trapped workers, toxic spills. I've seen things down there that'd make your skin crawl, faced dangers that don't translate to polite dinner talk. But nothing could have prepared me for this. Emily, my wife, is my anchor, the calm of my storm. Her pregnancy had been a dream smooth, joyful, with a nursery painted in soft blues, tiny clothes folded just so. We lived in Willow Creek, a suburban bubble where lawns are pristine and the Homeowners Association rules with an iron fist. Enter Linda Hayes, the HOA's queen bee. Pushing 60, with a helmet of peroxide blonde hair and eyes that missed nothing, Linda thrived on control. Her rulebook was her Bible, and she wielded it like a weapon. We'd had our run-ins of trash can left out too long, a hedge trimmed a hair too short. Emily, ever the peacemaker, would smooth things over with apologies. Me, I grit my teeth to keep from saying what I really thought. Lately, though, Linda's focus had zeroed in on Emily, her pregnancy a personal affront. It started with snide comments at block parties about keeping Willow Creek serene or managing population growth. Then it got uglier barbs about new families straining resources. Emily tried to laugh it off, but I saw the hurt in her eyes, the worry creeping in. That Tuesday started like any other. I was at the depot, going over new safety protocols with Ryan and Mia, when my phone buzzed. An unknown number. Normally, I'd let it go to voicemail, but a chill ran down my spine, urging me to answer. "Chief Carter," I said, voice steady. "Jake, thank God." It was Clara Benson, our sweet, elderly neighbor, her voice shaking with terror. "It's Emily and that Linda Hayes. I saw them by the cul-de-sac, near that old manhole." Emily dropped something, bent to pick it up, and Linda... She pushed her, Jake. Emily fell in, and Linda dragged the cover back on. Then she just walked away, cool as you please. The world spun. The briefing room's walls seemed to warp, my team's faces blurring into a haze. Dread, colder than any sewer I'd ever crawled through, gripped my chest. "Clara, where exactly?" I asked, my voice calm only because training kicked in. She confirmed the Spoda neglected manhole at the end of our street, barely 50 yards from our house. I radioed dispatch, my words clipped. "Unit 3, CSR, Code 3, Priority 1. Potential CI violent entrapment. Location, corner of Maple and Pine, Willow Creek. The VY Tim. It's my wife." The last words were a whisper, raw with fear. The drive was hell sirens screaming, lights flashing, my mind racing faster than the truck. Linda's veiled threats echoed in my head, no longer petty but sinister. How could someone do this? In Willow Creek, of all places? We roared into the cul-de-sac, neighbors peeking from behind curtains. Clara stood with a cop, pointing shakily at the manhole. It was old, heavy, designed to keep people out or trap them in. Ryan and Mia set up a perimeter, MOVYing with grim precision. I was out of the truck before it stopped, grabbing my gear helmet, headlamp, pry bar. My heart pounded like a trapped animal. "Emily," I shouted, kneeling by the cold iron. "Can you hear me?" A faint sound of sob, maybe came from below. She was alive. Ryan and Mia slotted T-hooks into the lid's grips. "Easy, careful." I coached, my voice a thin mask over panic. The lid was a beast, rusted and stubborn, but we heaved together, muscles straining, until it groaned and lifted, revealing a black, stinking void. The stench hit like a punch, familiar yet horrifying because Emily was down there. My headlamp cut through the gloom, showing a narrow concrete shaft with slimy iron rungs. At the bottom, a small, crumpled figure. Emily. I clipped into the winch line, Ryan and Mia working fast. Ryan on the winch, Mia checking air quality. Breathable, Mia called. No methane, no H2S. I descended, each rung a step into nightmare. The air grew damp, the drip of water a cruel metronome. There she was, curled on a muddy ledge beside a sluggish stream of wastewater. Her eyes, wide with terror, locked onto mine, tears carved VYing clean paths through the grime on her face. "Jake," she choked out. I was at her side, scanning for injuries, my heart breaking. "Are you hurt?" The baby. Her ankle was swollen, twisted at a sickening angle. She pushed me, Emily whispered. Said I was a detriment, that Willow Creek didn't need more drains. Rage, cold and lethal, surged through me. Linda Hayes would pay. But first, Emily. I radioed up. Victim located, conscious, left ankle injury, possible fracture. Prep for vertical extraction. Ryan lowered a harness and backboard. We worked fast, securing Emily with care, avoiding her belly. Her cold fingers gripped my arm. She smiled, Jake. When I fell, she smiled. The image burned into me, fueling my fury. The winch whirred, and Emily rose slowly, carefully, out of that hell. I climbed after her, emerging to see her transferred to a stretcher, paramedics swarming. Then I saw Linda, standing beyond the yellow tape, arms crossed, watching with eerie calm, like she was apro-VYing a lawn cleanup. The sight of her, so unbothered after trying to kill my wife, lit a fire in my veins. I stripped off my gloves and helmet, storming toward her. "Linda," I said, my voice low, shaking with rage. She turned, her perfect hair unmoved, a flicker of annoyance in her eyes. "Chief Carter, quite a fuss you're making. Is everything satisfactory?" Her tone was flat, like she was discussing a leaky faucet. "No, Linda Igrolat. You pushed my pregnant wife into that shaft and sealed her in to die." A small, reptilian smile curled her lips. "Someone has to maintain standards, Jake. Willow Creek is overburdened. Some of us make hard choices for the greater good." Her words hit like blows, so callous they stole my breath. "Hard choices," I roared. "You call attempted murder a choice?" Gasps rippled through the crowd, neighbors staring at Linda, seeing the monster beneath her polished mask. "It was for the community," she snapped, her voice sharp with righteousness. She and her spawn would have been a drain. Sometimes you prune the weak to keep the tree strong. The word spawn hung in the air, her eyes gleaming with chilling con-VY tie-in. She wasn't just cruel, she was unhinged, a suburban sociopath. "You're delusional," I said, voice hard, "and you're under arrest." Two cops stepped forward, Officer Daniels reading her rights. Linda's composure shattered, her face twisting with outrage. "This is a travesty," she shrieked, hair quivering. "I'm the HOA president. I have connections." The handcuffs clicked, echoing the manhole's clang. As they led her away, her screams pierced the quiet street. Emily was stable in the ambulance, her ankle a mess, but the baby unharmed. At the hospital, Detective Sam Reed called. "We searched Linda's house. You need to see this." I left Emily with her mom and drove to Linda's pristine home. On her dining table were maps of Willow Creek sewers, marked with access points and flow paths. Printouts from extremist forums preached community purity. Handwritten journals ranted about undesirable elements. One entry chillingly clear: "The conduits are a discreet solution. EM and her spawn are contaminants. Action is needed." A locked cabinet held a list of names hours at the top and a custom T-hook, gleaming and new. This wasn't a snap decision. Linda had planned it, studied my work, and turned it into a weapon. Emily came home, her leg in a cast, her spirit bruised but unbroken. Our neighbors, horrified, rallied around us, bringing food and support. The HOA, shaken, ousted Linda and scrapped her draconian rules. Weeks later, our son, Ethan, was born healthy, perfect, a beacon of hope. Linda pleaded guilty to assault, kidnapping, and endangerment, sentenced to 25 years. Her house was sold, the proceeds awarded to Emily. Willow Creek changed. The fear Linda sowed replaced by unity. Ethan's laughter filled our home, softening the scars of that day. But the darkness lingers. How do we miss Linda's descent into madness? Could others share her twisted VYUs? What do you think any VYL hide in plain sight, even in a perfect neighborhood? Should HOA power be curbed to prevent this kind of abuse? Drop your thoughts below, hit that like button, and subscribe for more stories that'll keep you up at night.